Hey guys, my name is Xuen, and today we'll be taking a look at a Windwalker survivability guide for Legion. In this guide, we'll be going over things like cooldowns, cooldown management, and different PvP scenarios where you have to time your defensive and offensive spells, as well as looking at how to play defensively. Let's first start off by reviewing our defensive spells and talents while talking about how to manage these cooldowns effectively in different PvP scenarios. Even though Windwalkers are very squishy, you have a few things in your kit that can help you survive in strenuous situations. One of the biggest things in the Windwalker arsenal is our mobility. Between Flying Serpent Kick, Roll, and Transcendence, if used correctly, can save many of your defensive and offensive cooldowns. Mastering kiting effectively is key when using these spells. Something you can do is pair spells like Paralysis or your Disable Root with Roll, Flying Serpent Kick, or Port, so you can not only save more of these mobility cooldowns, but you can also then have more options available to you in case you want to go offensive. Using talents like Disabling Reach will increase your disable range, and it can greatly help save mobility cooldowns like your Roll when needing to kite or catch up to someone to DPS them. This will take a lot of practice to master, but try using this method in 1v1 or 1v2s in random BGs or world PvP before hopping into competitive PvP like 3v3s. Practice spacing out your mobility cooldowns. Even though you have the thought in your head to sometimes blow both your rolls to catch up to someone quickly, they could have mobilities to kite further away, or you can be put in a 1vx situation that will not be in your benefit because PvP is unpredictable. Once again, in competitive 3s, it is important for you and your team to be synergized enough to where they trust you not to trinket CC if you're put in a scenario where both your teammates are stuck in CC and you are stuck in a 1v3 situation. Now that we reviewed our defensive spells and utilities, let's talk about knowing when and how to play defensive. Let's first talk about our Transcendence and how it is important to know when and how to use this ability properly while pairing it with some of our other utilities. Transcendence is the main spell that will help you save most of your defensive cooldowns in PvP and should be mastered as quickly as possible. Knowing when to use this spell in PvP is vital, but let's first talk about situations in regular world PvP and regular PvP like BGs. In these, the first thing that you have to do as a Windwalker before you enter PvP is learn how to get in the habit of always placing your Transcendence port before you enter combat. Not only will this allow you to save many of your defensive cooldowns, but will give you a quick escape route if needed, because once again, PvP is unpredictable and you might find yourself in a dire situation needing that escape. Since Windwalkers are so squishy, practice saving major cooldowns like your Karma and Fortifying Elixir for when you're out of mobility cooldowns and really need to pop them. Instead, pair things like your Root or Para with Transcendence Port while casting a Fuse and Detox if you're versing someone that can apply poison or disease effects like a Rogue or Death Knight. In competitive 3s, monks are even more squishy, so you'll be using this method often. However, the challenge in competitive 3s is team synergy, especially with your healer making sure he or she knows where your port is located if you plan on juking, and learning enemy 3v3 setups so you can either preemptively pop your defensives or know how to kite when the enemy team is going for a setup. Learning that will come with experience from running a lot of 3s, so you can learn not only team synergy, but learning how each 3v3 comp will set up on you. Also, if you have your Healing Winds artifact talent, it can help you heal up much faster when using your Transcendence. If you also pair this talent with your Honor talent Eminence, which will reduce the cooldown on your Transcendence port by 5 seconds, making it a 20-second cooldown, it can help when you're versing comps that will have constant slows, making the talent Fast Feet pretty much useless. In 1v1 situations, you can use things like your Paralysis to get a few fuse casts off before attacking your target again, or you can use the same method but with your Disable Root. It is all about spacing out and saving your major defensive cooldowns like Karma and Fortifying Elixir to when you really need them. Well, I'll pretty much be concluding this guide on Windwalker survivability in Legion. Remember once again to practice spacing out your mobility and by utilizing your utilities like your root, paralysis, and your transcendence to save major defensives. It will feel weird at first, and it will take a lot of practice to master, but once you get it down, it will be a lot easier to survive as a Windwalker monk. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.